Columbus won the toss, decided to defer to the second half. And here we go, week 2. And we'll see Jordan Todd zone, by the way. They start at the 40-yard line, so good starting field position. Deion Jackson. First carry of the game, picks up about 4 yards.
Week 1, 2 sacks for the Aviators. He's certainly one to watch on defense.
They throw it out to the tight end. Mason Fairchild fights his way for the first down. We'll talk about some of the rules in the UFL. Big pass. Right into the hands of Cornell.
Football, and Powell comes down with it.
30 yards on the play. High snap, but Talman gets control, gets it out to Powell, and that one looks going the wrong direction.
Flag came in
after the
pretty
play was
late.
over. Unsportsmanlike conduct for taunting number 9 defense. That penalty will be enforced. After this is
ready to go.
Tom with time, runs out of time. And that was the problem last week. Ron outside the 18-yard line. Here is Tom. Quick pass, Powell, contact early. And
Ready to go.
First to go from the 12. Jackson cuts it back inside. And Jackson down to the 3.
Just got to stick it in right here on this opening series.
They move lineman Josiah Branch into the backfield. He lays a block. Jackson keeps fighting, getting the push. And they're going to call him down to the child who goes in motion. Jackson lowers his shoulder, gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Strong opening drive by D. The defending special teams player of the week after that 60-yard, 4-point field goal last week.
Throw it.
He's got an arm a little bit more deceptive with his feet than you think as well. Coming out of the backfield on first down. They tried to complete it. Actually, it was out to the incompletion to Andre White. And White gets out just across the...
He was a Buckeye playing right back here in Columbus.
DC bringing the pressure. And it's caught by Martin.
Strike right out in front of him.
Martin, 7 catches last week, already off to a good start. Here's McClendon stepping up and leading Martin, who makes the diving.
So 2nd and 5, you really got 3 snaps here to get the first down.
You know you have to go for it on 4th down. Out to the tight end, and that one's caught by Gunnar Oakes. A couple of moves later, and it's a
chance to win, but the offense just couldn't come through.
Good pass, batted down, incomplete. Good.
That's been a while.
It has been, yeah.
Is Andy the longest tenured head coach now?
He is now that Mike Tomlin's gone. And John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
McClendon, we talked about. Deceptive as a runner.
What my problem was, Brock, I didn't know how to use my shoes.
White goes in motion. McClendon completes that one out. Antoine Wells went over, huh?
I think we know.
Here comes the pressure. Incomplete. Passing.
Figuring out who your difference makers are, your mismatch makers in the red zone.
They hand it off to Saquandre White. He turns around. Despite the...
Hey, Black Bono! Black Bono! Black Bono! Here you go. Sit up.
White dances. First and goal. Down at the 6.
Hey, what's up?
Blitz picked up. McClendon, miscommunication there was...
180! What's up?
McClendon, draw play. Running room. Falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Columbus.
And they know their ball here as well. And as I said, Ted is so engaged, which is awesome to see as a first-time head coach.
Abram Smith with the return out across the 25-yard line.
I can just tell you, I mean...
Good. Ready to go.
Adding additional seats for the game tonight because of the ticket sales over this week. There's Deion Jackson. His first carry after scoring the touchdown, and he picks up
in this on the first series they've got on a sack, so establishing the run is the best way to help out that O-line.
Oh, that's Abram Smith.
We're good. Ready to go.
Aviators coming with the pressure. Abram Smith. His shoulder keeps on fighting, and him stopped just a yard short.
We're still in a position where if they don't get this, they could punt.
This will be interesting to see what they do. Smith around the edge, gets it, and into Columbus territory. More importantly, it's a first.
Ready to go.
pass option. Tomlin keeps it. Got hit.
Forcible contact to that
Personal
head area
foul.
as he gives himself up feet first.
Defense, contact to the head with the shoulder, 15-yard penalty.
Three penalties by Columbus, 2 on defense, and 2 personal fouls. Oh, excuse me, 3 on defense, and 2 of them. Tamu, Valladay out of the backfield. Nowhere to go. He's bunched up. First guy there.
I am so in. I'm like, tap your helmet. Tap your helmet. I just want to see the challenge every pitch.
It seems like a video game almost as that falls incomplete. Yeah, it was 10 points on their first 2 possessions last week. Nothing the rest of the game. They've got 10 points on the first 2 possessions tonight after the 35-yarder from McCrane.
A pro football game.
Not too many halftime shows. I've been to a lot of ball games. Done the anthem at a bunch of games and stuff like that. But I think this will be my first halftime show.
How cool is this environment here?
McClendon and the Aviators starting at the 30. That's the first carry of the night for John Lovett. He's going to lose a couple yards on.
Set. 180. What's up?
McClendon evades the tackle, gets it out to the tight end, Oaks. Needing the 40. McClendon brings it down, decides to run with it, and gets the first down. Maybe we have 9 yards on that touchdown. Hands it off to Lovett. And Lovett brought down by Derek Roberson, flat as DC.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, number 50, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Done a heck of a job.
So ball now at the 41-yard line.
180. What's up?
Lovett hit in the backfield, falls forward for a gain of about half a yard.
Reacting to personnel group, what they think the formation might be. The play call is second to whatever the offense is given.
Blitz picked up. McClendon running again. Let's take another.
180.
Let's see if they come here on third down. They do. Extra pressure. McClendon gets it off, and it's caught by Martin, but he is stopped short of the first. Snap is good, and it's drifting to the left. So no good on the. And they've had opportunities to score twice. Only the missed field goal is the difference so far as Tamu keeps it. Good run after holding quarterbacks all of a sudden. Deion Jackson turns sideways and winds up picking him up 4 or 5 extra.
The run game's going for both teams is because the QB's legs.
Yeah, they're a threat. Jackson.
And I think if there's
on 3rd and 1, Deion Jackson hitting the backfield, won't get it.
They got multiple tight ends on the field. Lined up like this is going to be some sort of power.
Valladay, the running back, they fake the handoff to him. And throw it over the middle of the field where it's caught by
answers to every play call they run.
Powell's 3rd catch of the game. Here's Valladay. Diving forward.
Quarters last week, never in rhythm, and they are tonight.
Valladay again. Waits for the block, gets around the edge, almost sprung it. Valladay going the other way, cuts it back. And running the football is what they are doing extremely well tonight. 19th carry on 25 plays, and it's good enough for their 2nd rushing touchdown. Valladay, 11 yards on the team, trying to make it a 10-point lead. And he does. Columbus was offsides. They'll turn that down and take the extra point, one would think.
Decline it. Yeah.
And this is a real crucial point in this game, a real crucial series here down 10.
We'll see what kind of field position they have to start as Andre White slips a couple tackles, goes backwards on the play. And whistle him down.
But this is where you got to be at your best right here.
Handed off to Ottawa. Couple of moves. Little jump.
180. What's up?
McClendon under pressure, going to be brought down for the sack. Devonshea Maxwell with the first sack for the... McClendon pulls it down. Really nowhere to go on that one. Line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard or so. Derek Robert.
But you've got two safeties here, so typically this is going to be over on this side. Oh, and it gets a little drag.
Yeah, instead they throw it underneath. He can keep his feet, Jalen.
180. What's that?
Out of the backfield. Oh, they just missed the connection to Tawa.
Ready? To go.
Trying to add to the 10-point lead. Tom with time. Jackson out of the backfield. Little swing pass along the side.
Ready? To go.
Tomu takes the high snap, hands it to Jackson, and just like that, they add more. Deion Jackson's second touchdown of the game. And the lead is now 17. 2 plays.
Oh, and their week 1 loss. 10 points, not even 200 yards. They're almost to that 200-yard mark here in the first half. 183 total, 113 on the ground.
Oh, hit. Saquandre Nice. And to get something going after scoring a touchdown on their opening possession and not getting anything to go since. McClendon, that ball maybe tipped at the line of scrimmage.
180.
They're going to be feeling good. Defense, special teams, offense, everything working right now as McClendon had to get rid of that ball. Ingles. After kicking at, how do they say it there, that school up north? Michigan kicker there in Columbus, and that one's fumbled. And the muff kick recovered right at the 35-yard line by Columbus.
The opportunity to return the favor.
180. What's that?
McClendon. Oh! That was almost picked off, but it was Terrell Johnson going up, and it winds up falling in the arms of an offensive lineman.
Mike, the previous spot was the 33.
There are 2 fouls
This
on
is
the
a
play.
foul behind the
Personal
line.
foul.
It should go back to the
Face
previous.
mask, number 23. Defense.
They're both dead ball fouls?
That penalty is declined.
Okay,
After
okay,
the
thank
play,
you.
personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 23 defense. That penalty is enforced. 15 yards. It's first down.
So Curtis Jacobs commits double jeopardy here. There's the face mask that got it started.
So,
and that leads to the pushing and shoving.
that's right. He's pulling on the face mask, and then so there's already a flag out for a face mask, and then the shove. So then there's the second foul, both dead ball. So dead ball meaning the possession and where that catch happened, so that they could properly spot this ball.
And so they spot it at the 25. 1st and 10. Here's the pressure again, and that's caught out of the backfield. Zaquandre White. And a flag.
Penalty right there. You can't lift your whole body weight and land on the quarterback like that.
50. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
And that's on Roberson. So back-to-back defensive penalties after of it.
Set up.
White makes a move, bounces it outside, through the air into the end zone for the touchdown. Football in Ohio, man. Ryan Coe gets the extra point. Zaquandre
With a beautiful run for a touchdown. You gotta love the resiliency.
Can you have an award for comeback player of the quarter?
So, of the minute. I think he took that hit with like a minute 55 on the game clock.
And that's a big mistake by Ryan. So here we go on first down from the 40. High snap. Tommy gets it under control and is picked off. Interception by Michael Lawson. And momentum.
The defender's going to be right in the throwing lane.
Never give up. John Lovett. Pick up, see what the call is here on 2nd down. McClendon going deep. And that one's picked off.
Showed right there. You can't do that.
You know what's interesting, though, Joel, is
doing more of the same, in particular with their offensive line. And we'll see if McClendon and that Aviators offense can come out here and make their corrections here and maybe get to that short passing game.
Here's Jalen Moore on the return.
Zaquandre does that here in the second half, too.
His father, Ohio coaching legend, as Jalen McClendon runs out just shy of the 40. Yeah, Ted gets
Those guys go on to be Buckeyes.
What's that?
John Lovett. Good bouncing outside into DC territory and more. Down.
180. What's that?
Lovett again. Short a game this time given for opener last week. Even though they lost on the road at Orlando, they scored a couple of times in the fourth quarter to make it close, so never quitting. McClendon slid short of the first
down. I think that there's going to be a hold.
One, offense, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Dean.
180. What's that?
McClendon. Open receiver winds up hooking up with Juice Wells.
Hey, USL. 180. What's that?
On 3rd and 6, McClendon thought about running and got hit. Ball came out.
Come on.
And it's recovered by DC.
Oh, and so now they'll have to go back.
It was a fumble by the offense, recovered by the defense, and then subsequently fumbled by the defense, again recovered by the offense. First down.
Oh my gosh.
Columbus.
This game cannot be wackier right now. So now.
And so Columbus has got to get the ball back.
Ruling on the field, stands is called. The runner was not down and touched by contact. It's first down for Columbus.
There is going to be so much teeping tape. Joel, there's going to be so much. It's a good thing this is a Friday game because they're going to have all weekend to look at all of these coachable, teachable moments that you think, even in pro football, right? Like you don't know, you still do, especially early in the season.
Well, also, I mean, Gardner slowed down because he was celebrating, and that allowed him to get caught from behind.
Yeah, that's right.
And forced him to fumble the ball back.
Wasn't.
No, they never blew the whistle until after the second fumble. So from the 34, high pass from Lovett, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Play clock hit 0, and they don't get it off.
And not that.
Prior to snap, delay a game, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Don't settle down so much you don't.
The game is just so sped up in so many ways.
McClendon, and he gets it out. Pass caught right.
He looks comfortable on his phone over there, 12 gauge.
3rd and 20, McClendon. Under pressure, ball stripped again. Columbus going to recover, but it's going to be 4th down and
that's it. And Nelson's going to be like, well, caught a pass, was involved on a weird play.
And this is a short punt by Robbins. Kiki Cootie.
What is your vision for what this can be?
What was the vision?
Your vision for what this can be.
I think this can be a
doing this for all these spring years, to have you involved, your passion, your heart, it's exactly what this league needs. So we're excited for you.
Thanks a lot, Brock. I really appreciate it.
And this is what DC needs. Deion Jackson, touchdown number 3 tonight for him. 48 yards.
Keeps going back to those simple looks, and they're giving these Aviator defenders so much problem.
Remember, Columbus scored in their first possession of the game. And this one will bounce through the landing zone into the end zone. Will come out to the 20.
You know, we just coming out here to execute. That's all.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Deion.
That's 4 rushing touchdowns in less than 7 quarters on the season for Jackson. Ball is out after another big hit. Juice Wells caught warning. And so DC gets the ball back. Looking to add to the lead. Tamu keeps it. Slides after picking up in every way possible. Will end around. As
Ready to go.
Tamu thrown underneath to the tight end. Briley Moore with blockers in front. Moore into the end zone.
Arming them to have success everywhere else.
McCrane adds to it.
A renewed sense of vigor, and they certainly have. And they've played efficient on offense. They've run the ball incredibly well. That one didn't reach the
landing zone. It was short, so it'll come out to the 40.
Kickers, man. Ceiling, I think.
They seem to have separated themselves already here early in the season. Tawa A little stiff arm. Gets him edge
shot as well, but Tawa, there's just some physicality the way he runs. Look at him finish that run. You see him behind his pads, and Kurt, when you're struggling on offense.
The pitch to Tawa. Look at that.
Right, best friends, a run game and a defense, and a run game certainly helps.
McClendon to the air, tipped away. Good defense.
180. What's that?
To the air again, hit from behind as he tried to.
This defense is the best they've had.
What's that?
Here we go on 3rd and 10. McClendon. There's Tay Martin, good enough for the first down. You mentioned earlier.
What's that?
Gets him inside the 20 on 1st down. That one out to Tawa again out of the backfield. Down.
180. What's that?
Tawa. Going to be stopped just before he got to the 10-yard line.
Here you go. Sit down.
McClendon right through the hands of his tight end Gunnar Oaks. Button, yes.
And they work hard tonight.
They earn their money tonight. Here on 4th and 2, McClendon gets rid of it, and it is caught by Kiki Chisholm right there on my marker. Let's see where they spot would be one. But hey, who knows? Nonetheless, it is 1st and goal.
Handheld.
180.
Not laser, handheld.
McClendon on the draw. Fought his way down to the 3-yard line.
Set. 180. What's that?
Into the end zone, and it is caught. Alize Mack, the tight end, going up and hanging on. 3-yard score, and man, Columbus needed. So they go for 2 from the 2-yard line.
180. What's that?
McClendon lofting it up, and a collision. Rock Taylor was the end goal. They could get 2 touchdowns, 2 3-point conversions, or they could do it the simple way and get it 3 times and score more. Lots on the line here as we start this 4th quarter with Valladay spinning his way out across the 30-yard line. That's where the defenders will begin. Scored on 6 of 8 drives in this ball game so far. Handoff taken here on 1st down.
Ready to go.
There you go.
Nobody out there for him, so
Ready to go.
steal right here.
You guys have just been winning, Coach, at the point of attack.
191 yards on the ground in this game. Tamu going to take a shot. There's contact there and a flag.
Holding number 28, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
You know, they actually called it on Kyrie Woods. So away from where the ball was being.
Ready to go.
Look at that ball almost hit the receiver. He was in motion.
2nd, 3rd, 4th year in this system. That's how you do what you're talking about.
And they're the defending champs. Tiamu threw that, probably should.
Ready to go.
They'll end around as Ukanma gets away from a tackler. Cuts it back inside, still on his feet, down inside the 10-yard line. Rushing.
Ready to go.
And they hand it off. Valladay trying to spring it outside. No running room. Good job of shutting it down and making the open field tackle.
Defensive.
Ready to go.
Tamu, a fade route. Hand fighting, and it didn't matter. Was he in bounds? Ezukama made the catch. Only needed to.
Ready to go.
Instead of 3rd down. Trick play, and the ball comes out. They tried to hand it off to Ty Scott on the end around.
Arms way.
So Matt McCrane tries to get his 2nd field goal through tonight. He does. DC has now scored on 7 of their 9 possessions. To the title, Jordan Tom, who wound up winning the championship game MVP. So talk about a resilient team that just fought through last year. And we're kind of seeing it so far tonight after they bounced back from a
passing attempts, and today they've just leaned completely into the run game for 228.
Zaquandre White with a big run. Gain of
Tawa, like they can run it.
Down so much right now, it may be hard to be committed to the run. So
Bergen, Cleveland, and Kansas City. He doesn't mind running it. He wants to run it to set the tempo. I think some of it too is continuity up front. That ball was tipped and almost picked.
And defenders at this level are just going to be all over those passes.
And it completes that one out to Wells, who's tackled.
Use your eyes. That's kind of the next level stuff.
Lost that one up. And it's incomplete. Broken up. Doesn't panic when the ball's in the air. Here's McClendon on 4th down. Runs it, gets the first. And slides safely at the 35. McClendon pump fakes. White out of the backfield. Escapes the tackle.
Sit. 180. What's up?
McClendon, his 35th pass of the night, was caught by Tay Martin. Fights his way down inside the 5-yard line. First and goal for Columbia. UFL. So an opportunity to score and rack up some more points pretty quickly. Empty backfield. McClendon intended for Martin.
180. What's up?
McClendon back over the middle, and it is caught right in the end zone. There's a zone. You get the 3, otherwise the point after fails.
What's up?
Here comes the pressure. McClendon lost the football, and it's over. That play had no opportunity right from the beginning as DC brought the heat. From the 28, they have to get the 40 to keep the ball. Pressure coming, and McClendon sacked. Boy, was he hit down low, and he is slow to get up. Now their offense starts at the 18-yard line.
Ready to go.
A handoff taken by Valladay. And right now, DC
is try to move the pocket, right? Because when he sits in there with that rush coming,
over 390 combined.
Get that feel from the defenders tonight.
Well, they look like the defending champions tonight. Valladay. There's a flag down.
Holding, number 56. Offense, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's on Jahari Branch. Matt McCrane going to try and make the lead a little bit more with a 32-yard attempt. And his 3rd field goal of the night goes through. 3 for 3. Is that 8 scores in 10
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I backed him into the corner.
Call.
Mike is the best. Mike is the best.
Jalen Moore.
Joel,
out across the 30-yard line.
Now.
And Jalen Moore, by the way, in the quarterback.
Defending
Snap
champions.
infraction, number 71. Offense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Offensively, and they didn't run the ball quite like they were able to tonight last year. So.
Terrell Johnson, as much as they are, there's no need to put him back in if there's even any question. Jalen Morton running for his life. Going deep and unwise. Gabe Taylor with the interception and should seal the win.
Who put together a really wonderful offensive game plan here tonight.
And so the defenders will get their first victory of the season in bounce-back fashion. They played the first 2 games.
That's right. Oh, boy.
You good? Yep.
Oh.